Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy BB27, the SML reviewer, and welcome to the first ever month recap SML video that we're gonna be doing on this channel. So basically what these types of videos are, if you've never actually seen one, which I'm pretty sure all of you guys have at least seen one of these, everybody, trust me, when I say this, everybody and their mom does these videos, bro. I've seen a million of these, but basically we're gonna be going over every single month of SML, which was February 2024. That's going to be the newest month we're recapping. And we're going to be reviewing all of the videos, basically like little mini bite-sized reviews of them, kind of what I thought about them, if they were good, bad. I'm not going to be doing like a big in-depth review. And actually for quite a few of these, I've done my own separate reviews for. So you guys can go check those out if you want to, hear me talk about them more, see my thoughts on them. But yeah, starting off with the first one of February, it was Jeffy the Lawyer. This one was actually pretty good. Like, this was a really good start to the month, especially considering January was so mid and it just, like, a lot of filler and just bad videos. Like, this video was actually a banger. There were some parts in it I didn't really care for, and some of it kind of just felt a little bit repetitive, but I actually thought this video was really good for the most part, and I think I gave it like an 8-ish or a 9 out of 10. It was a really enjoyable video. There wasn't like any big flaws in it. It's just the only thing I really didn't like about the video was how they kind of just dropped the entire plot line out of nowhere, and he's like, oh, I don't want to be a lawyer anymore. I don't want to be helping people, even though like Mario or, Marvin and Rose are making like the hundreds of thousands of dollars just bringing in cash, just Jeffy throwing cash on them. I thought that was hilarious, but yeah, he just stops wanting to like work for a Brooklyn guy and Judge Poobie, which I don't know, kind of found that weird, but this was a really good way to start off the month. So yeah, moving on. All right, so moving on, we got the free pizza. This video was another really good video, like 2 videos back to back that I actually enjoyed a lot. This one I thought was a little more funnier than the last one, but the plot's a bit weaker. It's a very simple plot about, oh, well, if the pizza comes in, like, I think it was like, what, 30 minutes, it's free. So yeah, it's like a simple plot. I've seen a lot of shows do this type of plot before, but they did it very good, and I actually really liked how they did it. It was a lot of Brooklyn guy. It was basically like a Brooklyn guy video. I mean, of course, Junior and friends were in it trying to get the free pizza, which I thought was funny. But what they did with Brooklyn guy in it was really good. Like, basically everything goes wrong. Everything that could go wrong in that situation goes wrong, and then they actually end up getting the pizza for free, even though he does end up making there on time with just like a second to spare. There's a lot of shit that happens for him to go through. And then there's this whole thing with him and a hooker, and I thought that shit was kind of funny because it's like so random, and then like they kind of did the joke twice, which wasn't really needed, but I thought it was funny. It just made it so much more ridiculous. And that's what I really liked about this video. So yeah, 2 videos starting off the month, really positive. But unfortunately, it doesn't stay that way throughout all of February. It was a better month than January, I can say that right now, but it was a little bit hit or miss. So yeah, moving on. So now we got Junior's Big Playtime 2. So this is a sequel to Junior's Big Playtime way back in like, I think it was August or September of last year. This is basically the rebooted version of Junior's Big Playtime from like the whole plush years of the channel, like way back in the day. It's, the first part was really good. I reviewed this one, and I think I also did a dedicated review to part 2. Both of them were pretty good, but the first one was definitely a lot better. This second one's a little more just lackluster, and I think a lot of the jokes are just super repetitive, which I get it. It's playtime. A lot of it is going to be a little bit of the same. But with part 2, I feel like they really should have just started doing more. I mean, it's been going on so long. You guys may not realize it, but there was like at least 7 episodes of this before they decided to reboot it. So now, it just feels like a watered down version of what it used to be. And this one wasn't even as good as the first one. Granted, there was a lot of great jokes in it, and it definitely had some old Logan charm to it, which I like a lot. But yeah, I mean, just in comparison to the first episode of the reboot, it just wasn't nearly as good. The jokes in it still slap though, and I thought Cody was funny, and Joseph was alright. It's a little bit kind of padded out though, kind of drags on, but it's alright. It's a decent video, not nearly as good as the first 2 of February, but still pretty good. Moving on. Alright, so now we have Jeffy's piano lessons. This is one I actually did an entire, what it was, it almost 20-minute reaction video too. And you guys can go check that out if you want to. But I was genuinely bored watching this one. I mean, granted, there was some funny moments in it, and there's definitely like it's a unique idea. They never really do anything with a piano, and the entire video, at least the bulk of it, takes place in like a different room, which we never really get to see. So I like that a lot. Like, those are a few positives I can give the video. But this one is like the first really kind of mid video for February. It just wasn't nearly as good as the other ones, and it's just very repetitive with the Jeffy jokes and like the dragging on with the piano shit. Even though, yeah, I like some of it. There was like the Hucker dudes in it, which I didn't feel like they were needed. I kind of gave a whole review at the end of that reaction as well of how I felt at first, but nothing really changed. I don't even think I could go back and watch this one again. It's boring. I guess another positive of it though would be like Craig. Craig was pretty good in it. They kind of bring him back as the nanny, and then he turns into Craig or whatever. He like gets out of the nanny, person.
All right, Jeffy, you be on your
What? Okay, my bad. I don't know what happened there, but anyways, yeah, this video is just mid, man. I don't really, it's not bad, don't get me wrong. I thought Craig and the Hucker dudes, I mean, there were some jokes definitely in there, but it's just, they didn't do much with the concept, and I felt like it was just a bit boring, but yeah, like a 6 or a 7. The other videos were all like 8s and aboves, by the way. No 10s yet, but it's the first one that's like around 6, 7 range, so yeah, moving on. All right, so now we got bad Super Bowl commercials. This one was pretty good. This was definitely a step up from the last one, which was like really boring in my opinion. But yeah, this one was actually kind of a banger. It doesn't have a lot going on concept-wise. It's pretty much just like the old school ones where they actually did a couple of these before this episode. They basically get together for the big Super Bowl event and they just watch commercials. But the commercials are kind of like the bulk of the content. They get a lot of different skits and variety of characters and jokes and even locations, and I really liked that a lot. You can definitely tell there was a little more effort put into this one. I know Logan cares a lot about football and sports in general, so that's kind of hammered into this. There's like this whole little arc with like Tom Brady, I think, at the end. I could be wrong about that. I don't remember the ending completely, but a lot of it is just them watching the commercials, which are definitely amazing. Some of them are a little bit hit or miss, but I'd say most of them landed, and I thought it was a hilarious video, so I'm definitely going to give this one like a 9 out of 10. It's not perfect. Obviously, there could have been a bigger, plot thing going on with the characters, maybe something interrupting the commercials that they had to go fight. I didn't care for the arc at the ending, and like I said, maybe a couple of the commercials were just a little bit mid, but most of them were amazing. So yeah, very enjoyable video. Definitely a 9-ish range for me. Moving on. All right, so now we got Junior's Valentine's Day gift. This one is kind of bad, but like good too. It's really hard to explain. So, and it's all over the place. That's okay. That's the big problem with this video. It's all over the damn place. It's a Valentine's Day special again. It's one of their weakest though, in my opinion. It's just basically Junior being a dick to Penelope. And then he desperately tries to get Brooklyn Guy's help to get him or her a gift. And he's like, oh, what is she like? What is she like? And there's this whole big story time animation out of nowhere, which was sucked. Penelope's okay in it, I guess. But this video really just goes off the rails really quick because, like, at first it's like, okay, if this is like a decent idea, he's trying to desperately get her a gift, it could be funny. But then it turns into shit with like Mickey Mouse coming over there because I guess she likes Minnie Mouse. So Minnie Mouse comes there first, but then Mickey Mouse eventually comes over there because he's pissed at her for, oh my, sorry, I don't know what it keeps happening in my fucking audio, but anyways, yeah, this video gets off the rails really quickly. It's just stupid. Like, Mickey Mouse is fighting with Brooklyn Guy because Minnie Mouse, like, cheats on Mickey with Brooklyn Guy, and it turns into this whole big shit show. There's some funny jokes in it, and there's this whole thing with, them on the phone with Karen, and then, like, Goofy comes over there, and they all come to Karen's house, or Brooklyn Guy's house, I guess, and, they bang Karen or something. I thought that was genuinely kind of funny, because it's just so out of nowhere. But the fact that the whole entire plot just took a, like, turn like that, and just went into a weird direction kind of throws it off for me. It's not one of the better videos of the month. It's definitely weaker. It's just, I don't know, like they had an idea going for a bit and then just falls flat on its face. But it still had some good moments, so maybe it's 5 to 6 territory for me. Moving on. All right, so the next video we got here is Brooklyn guy's ex-wife. My bad. So this video is a little bit better than the last one reviewed. It's kind of bad though. This one's just really annoying. Like the problem with it is his ex-wife. So after all these years, we finally get to see who Brooklyn guy's ex-wife is. And her name's like Deborah. Now, he talked a lot of shit on her throughout the years about her being like fat and a hoe and, you know, all this stuff in these old videos, which is really funny, but it gets a little bit repetitive. But finally, in this video, we get to see, you know, what she looks like and who she is. And all they could come up with for his ex-wife is basically like she's like this big, fat, ugly, like chick-looking puppet, which is fine. I mean, that fits. But the voice, all they could really come up with is like a Rick and Morty impression. It's like the one of the characters from that show, and it is extremely annoying. Like I don't know what it is about the character, but like it's mainly the voice, but just how they act too, and some of the stuff they say, and it's just such a stupid joke and impression. Like it's a good impression, I guess, but it's so annoying. And like I get that's supposed to be the whole point of his ex-wife, but it like really drags down the video. The plot's not very strong either. A lot of it's just Brooklyn guy being an asshole like usual. But then yeah, his ex-wife comes over there, and I guess there's a couple of jokes that hit. I mean, they buy like a bunch of fast food for her, and I thought that was kind of funny. But a lot of this video is just kind of like a pain in the ass to sit through. Like as much as I thought some of it was really good, a lot of it just gets dragged down because of his ex-wife. So that's unfortunate. You had a good video, but it kind of gets ruined. Maybe like 5 territory at best, just to be nice, but that's all I can really give this video. Moving on. So the next video we got here is Jeffy Ball Z5. This kind of came out of nowhere. Like Logan was planning on doing this one for a while, and everyone was excited. We've been waiting so long for the next Jeffy Ball Z episode, and he finally released it. And to be honest, it's the best one out of the 5. It's easily the best in the series. It's like the most put like effort in it. It's the most jokes, and even the variety of characters is amazing. Of course, the one big positive of it is that Shrek comes back. Everybody loves Shrek. Even a lot of the newer fans are starting to kind of know Shrek now because of this video. And this video kind of inspired Logan to make a vlog later on where he was like asking if people wanted old characters back or not, and he's considering, you know, continuing with Shrek and maybe even bringing back Woody. Which, like, some of people watching this review might not even know much about Shrek or even Jeffy Ball Z because it's been so long now, and he's got a lot of new subscribers since, like, episode 4 and 3. But yeah, this series is actually a pretty well-made series. Some of the episodes are a little bit repetitive, but this one doesn't really have that problem. I feel like they do something new with it for once, and it's really cool, and I kind of like how it continues off of episode 4, but it has like its own new arcs that are being thrown into it, and it's really exploring a whole different side of the series, and I just like that a lot. And of course, Shrek is amazing in it. And it doesn't like feel like it drags on. There's like no real big filler parts in it. It's all just a part of the series, and it's really good. And I love when Logan does storytelling like this, where it's just focused heavily on the characters and there's no like big filler in it. And honestly, I would prefer if he did more sitcom, or not, I mean, if he did less sitcom style videos and did more videos like this where you can tell there's a structure to it, there's an actual plot, you know, and it's like a beginning, middle, end. It's not just like random sitcom filler jokes, whatever, improv shit. Like, I like how this one's more of like an actual series video, and I prefer that way more over the constant sitcom videos that we always get. But yeah, Jeffy Ball Z5, amazing. Honestly, it's a 9, maybe close to a 10 for me. I wouldn't say quite 10, but it is on the verge. Like, I wanted to review this one, but I never got around to doing it until I guess just now. But yeah, it's amazing, man. I definitely recommend this. Probably the best video of February, or one of the best for sure. Moving on. So now we got Goodman's Apple Vision Pro. This video is another Goodman video, and it's actually been not too long since we got the last one. The last one sucked though, so, thankfully this video, it didn't suck. This is a much better Goodman video, but it's not amazing. It's definitely not one of the more iconic Goodman videos. It's whatever. I mean, it has a lot of good moments in it and some really good jokes, and I think Goodman is just great in the video. He's not really in it too much, but when he is in it, he's great. So it's at the very least, it's better than Goodman's heart transplant. But I think really a lot of the good stuff comes from just Marvin and Rose and just how they interact with each other and them trying on his helmet and going to like the beach and cheating on each other with themselves. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's funny when you watch it. It is just a really interesting idea with them playing around with this like virtual kind of helmet. And I don't know, it's really cool. It's a good video. Some of it was a little bit lacking. I think that whole big argument with him and Richard just kind of went on for a while. But I like the Brooklyn guy part where he tries on the helmet and then and then he fixes it for them. Because like they almost thought they broke it, but they didn't, which is kind of funny because every Goodman video where he leaves something at their house, it usually gets destroyed in like the worst way possible. This helmet though didn't really get destroyed at all. Like Brooklyn guy was fixing it like 2 seconds. They didn't even damage it, so I kind of thought that was funny. And then Goodman was like chill with Marvin too at the end, which I liked a lot. So yeah, I don't know. I give this one maybe a 7, probably not an 8, just because I think some of it is a little bit lacking. But there were a lot of good moments in this video. So yeah, and finally an actual good Goodman video for once, because last one was just yikes. But yeah, moving on. So now we got the talent show. Now the talent show is amazing and probably will be my favorite video of February, or at the very least second favorite. Because there's another really good one coming soon. But I pretty much said everything I wanted to say about this video in my dedicated review of it. So if you guys want to go check that out, you can. I'm not going to say anything here much. I mean, I explored the whole concept of it, everything. All I really got to say is it's a unique idea. The variety in jokes and all like the different talent shows going on, like that was amazing. And Pooby's performance as the judge was so good. Like I gotta give him credit because basically the whole video is just like a parody of a TV show called like America's Got Talent, and I just really like what they did with it. So yeah, I feel like this video low key might be a 10. Or at the very least a 9, because I don't think I gave it a 10 in my review. I think I just gave it a 9. There's a little more that they could have done with it, but it's really good for what it is. So that's all I'm going to say. Peace out. Or, I mean, not peace out. What? Next, move on. What the fuck? All right, now we got Jeffy the dealer. This video was kind of bad. I don't know, like, it's not awful, don't get me wrong. It's not like a 2 or a 3. It's not like, offensively bad. It's just really boring and stupid. The concept's weak, too. The whole joke and main idea of the video is, oh, Jeffy wants to get a bunch of money or some shit, so he pawns off, like, an 8-ball, and he calls it an 8-ball full of Coke because he pours, like, Coca-Cola in it, and he's like, 8-ball of Coke, and then it turns into this whole thing where Brooklyn guy and Simmons are after this, like, this dude at the pawn shop who's like basically scamming people, and they think he has drugs on him because of the whole 8-ball of Coke, so they take him in. It's just such a stupid video, and it's such a stupid concept. It's a really just mid video too, like Jeffy's whatever in it. Junior and friends are funny in it too, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like this one could have been a lot better. It's just stupid. It's just really stupid. That's really all I can say. It's a really dumb video. And then they ask if we want a part 2 to it at the end, which, please, no, I don't care to see the drug guy come back and go after Jeffy for his money. Like, I don't want to see that. The ending's kind of dumb, too. So that's all I really have to say. It made like a 4 or 5 out of 10 at best. It's just terrible, man. Almost terrible. Almost. But yeah, moving on. Now we got the acorn. This is another really bad video. Unfortunately, these two just kind of back-to-back bad videos. Some of the worst of February for sure. This video is probably the worst though, in my opinion, just because man, it's even somehow more stupid and lacking than the last one, and it's extremely rushed. You can tell Logan made this one up in like 2 minutes. All he did was take an online story, I guess, and make a parody of it, where like an acorn dropped, and the cop thought it was like a gunshot, so he shot at like the dude in the car or something. It was like a black guy, so that's got the whole joke of it, like, oh, he's black, or something like that. I don't know. It's a really dumb video. It is extremely stupid. It's not even a good story, and it's not a good parody, and it's none of the jokes hit. It's a lot of filler, and I don't know why, but this video, like, it has this extremely rushed feeling to it, more than normal. And like most of the videos in February, honestly, didn't suffer too much from like the rushed feeling. So, that was definitely an improvement over last month. But yeah, it just, this video has it all over the place. You can tell he just didn't put a whole lot of thought in it. A lot of the jokes don't really work. Him strangling Rose was kind of funny. The ending's okay, I think, from what I remember. At least we get to see Charlie again too. That's a thing. But yeah, this is an extremely bad video. I'm gonna have to give it like a 3 out of 10. I mean, it was just a pain in the ass to sit through. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It was the worst for the month. But yeah, moving on. I think we're about to be done here. All right, so now we got the last video of February, which will be Cody Goes to Kindergarten, or originally titled Cody Goes to Preschool, but Logan changed it. So this video is amazing, and it's such a good way to end off the month. I mean, I literally just got done doing a review of this yesterday, so that's kind of funny that, I'm kind of reviewing it again. Not a whole lot I'm going to say here, because, obviously you guys can go check out the video if you want, but yeah, this video is genuinely amazing, dude. Might be almost a 10. I'd say about 8, 9 range for me. But basically, there's so many things I can name off about this video, and this is kind of a theme you'll see in a lot of my reviews, like stuff like the talent show, where it's unique. First off, it's a very unique video. Not only do we get to see it focus a lot on Cody, which usually doesn't happen much in general, and when it does, it's just Junior and Joseph being a dick to him, which does happen in this video, but it's only for like a minute. But yeah, we get to see it focus on Cody. We get to see Patrick's mom as like a teacher, and we get to see a bunch of new characters that are kind of just annoying, whiny brats, but that's kind of like the whole point of it. It makes it funny. It's almost like a new little like setup going on, and I like that a lot. So the gist of it is, they're making fun of him because he's 4. I'm not going to kind of explain the whole plot, but that's like the whole thing of it. They've been doing this forever. It's just kind of dumb. But then he gets sent to like kindergarten, right? And then he's to fit in more, which kind of doesn't make any sense. I think Jackie Chu's kind of stupid for that. But, the rest of the video makes up for it. It's just hilarious joke after hilarious joke. There's so much insults being thrown, and I thought that was really funny too. I think, the pacing of it was great. And yeah, that's really all I gotta say. I hope they make this into a little mini series of him going back and just kind of throwing hands with the kindergarten kids and all that shit. And I thought the teacher was great in it too. So yeah, it's like almost a 10 for me, honestly. It's a really good video and a good way to end off a month that, honestly, even though there were some pretty bad videos in it and that one really rushed a video, most of it was pretty decent or like really good in some cases, and I like that a lot. So overall, as a month of SML, I will be rating it, let's see, I'll be rating it 7 out of 10. I don't know, it can't get much higher than that just because of those really bad videos, but all the really good videos, I feel like, almost made up for it. And yeah, I'm feeling maybe a 7 or 7.5 out of 10 for February 2024. Let me know if you guys want to see me do this again for March. Usually I skip a couple episodes. I don't even watch them on my own, so that's why I never really did these. But for February, I made sure to watch every single video so I could properly give a review here in this video. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about it, and I might continue this, honestly. I might do one for March, April, going forward. Might make this like a little series. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Reviewing this many videos from Logan this fast is crazy. But yeah, that's about it. I'll be streaming later too, so check that out. Peace out. Stay lit. All that shit. See you guys.